I'm going to share my screen and we will get started here. So you should, if you're seeing my screen, you'll see question 5 here. And it says, oh, it's one of these not questions. Which of the following is not the correct equation of the line containing points V and W? So I'll first point out that A is in point slope form, B is in standard form, C is in slope intercept, and D is in point slope form. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it comes down to A and D, because they're we don't want to make those kinds of judgments to write that. Do you recall? Maybe we haven't covered this in a while, but it's best to start in point slope form.
Mhm.
You're writing the equation, and then go to slope intercept form, and you do that by solving for y. Okay, and then you would put it into standard form. There is no way to go directly to standard form. You have to go through one of these other forms to do that. So to do it in point slope form, I'll just write out that for you. That's y minus y1 equals your slope x minus x1. We need a point and we need a slope. If you're given a graph like this, I would just count. I would go up. Oops, that didn't work out. I'll go up and then to the right. I would just count squares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 6 and right 1, 2, 3, 4. So your slope is 6 over 4, or 3/2.
Okay.
So believe it or not, there's enough information for this particular question to make a decision. What is the slope of this one? Just shouldn't be circling.
What, 2/3?
2/3. So that's wrong. Isn't that what we're looking for?
Yes.
It is.
So that's the right one.
So it is the right one. Okay. Now, I've obviously I'm going to give you another one like this to look at, because that just happened to be a way of this working. So let me see. Try another one here. So for this one though, let me at least get you to write out the equation in point slope form for this one. And I can help here if you need to get the slope, but
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to count. 1, 2, 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 12 over 3, which is 4. So y minus, we can do 7, 5. Y minus 5 equals 4 parentheses x minus 7 parentheses.
So how many equations in point slope form can you write from the given information?
2.
2.
I can do the other one.
So there's always the possibility that you could have
y plus 7,
yeah, equals 4.
X minus 4.
Yeah. Okay, good. So the one that's not correct is this one. Let me give you. Let me pull up the individual questions on this one so we can do the other fork, so you can see what it is when it's not asking for a not. I see an issue in this question that you'll see the pattern every time. So let me jump to another type of question here and see, or the same question with different numbers. Let me go find that delivery individual questions. This is 34, and we're doing 2-column. And let me just find one here to snip in. Okay, so this is probably a better example of what you will see. Okay, so which of the following is now the correct equation of the line containing points E and F? So, you may find that both of these are right or wrong, but go ahead and start out by writing it in point slope form, please.
Oh. Y minus plus 6 x minus 3 9 over 4. Okay, and then the second one is y minus 3. Okay, so y plus 6 equals 9/4 x minus 3.
Which point are you using for that?
The e.
You're using point E?
Okay.
Okay.
I did for
Okay.
F2.
Yeah, so we've got y plus 6 equals, and what did you get for slope? 9 over 4?
Yeah.
And then x
Minus 3.
minus 3. Okay, so we're looking for the one that's correct. So neither of these are correct. You see that?
Yeah.
They both, neither of them match that. If you were to write the other one, I think you said it was like y, no, I'm sorry, y minus 3 equals 9/4 x plus 7. So neither of those are correct. Now,
-7, isn't it? -7.
-7. Thank you. Yeah. Now the nice thing is when you convert to standard to point slope or standard form, they're the same. So you can take either of these and convert them to points. I'm sorry, slope intercept. They both create the same slope intercept equation.
Mhm.
So either one will work. You get your choice here for which one you get to use. Which one will you do? The top one or the bottom one?
Let's do the top one.
Okay. All right. So to do that, let me show you. Didn't mean to scroll down that much. You're gonna distribute the 9 over 4. So it's 9 over 4x minus 27 over 4.
Okay.
And if you really were going to standard form, you don't necessarily have to go to slope intercept form, but we're just going to do that here anyway. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. Y is 9 over 4x. Now 6 is really minus 24 over 4. So this is minus 27 over 4 minus 24 over 4.
Okay, so it doesn't cancel out because.
No, 51 over 4. Now standard form, we have to remember what standard form is. Is ax plus by equals c. A is always positive.
Mhm.
So go ahead and solve that or get that on one side. You're going to want to clear the fractions. You're going to multiply everything by 4.
4.
4y equals 9x minus 51.
And then you move the 9x over, so it's negative 9x. Oh, we can have a negative. Well, we could clear it after. Plus 4y equals negative 51. And then you multiply everything by -1. So it's 9x minus 4y equals 51.
Good. Do you want to do one more of these?
Yeah, sure. I can do
Okay.
one.
All right, one more here. Just pick a random one here. All right. So let's do this one. Okay, so give yourself 60 seconds, see if you can come up with the right answer. I will stand by.
Three. Okay. 6. I didn't get 15. I got 9.
Okay, well, let me work through this one here. So the slope here is a rise over run. So
Oh my god, I know. Wait, no, I did that. I went
So
from
you
S
went,
to I went up 6 and left 3.
it's always from left to right though. So it's down, it's gonna be down 6. Your slope is down 6, and then to the right 3. So -2 is your slope.
That's why -2. Okay. So wait, so then it would be -2x.
So this is where you might want to just pay attention to the fact that this one's in point slope form. So you might want to start with that one to see if it's right. So they're sort of using point S, which is y plus 9, as you can see is incorrect because this is -9, but y plus 9 equals -2x plus 3.
Mhm. Okay. Wait,
And
so
and that tells you that this one's no good.
right, okay. And then hold on, I just okay, so it's C.
It is C, yes. I checked the answer key. It is C. Okay, let's move to a new question. I don't think you've seen this one, so this will be a new skill, something I've seen on these tests before. So it seems like this would be a calculator one, but it actually is reasonable to do by hand. It's not, this one's not as like the other ones, but a lot of words. And there's a lot of things here that might not be useful, but some are. Two students take a math placement test as part of their fall semester orientation. The test must be taken in the U building on campus and takes about 95 minutes to complete. Maddie has already taken the test twice and received scores of 76 and 84. Her best friend Seth already placed into Math 105 after taking the test 3 times, receiving scores 73, 80, and 78. Maddie has just received a score from her most recent attempt. If her average for all 3 scores is 82, what was her score on the 3rd attempt? So go ahead and read it again to yourself and see if you have let me know how you would solve this problem.
Why is I don't know how to solve this problem, but why is Seth's scores relevant?
They're not.
Okay, just extra information. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you remove all the stuff that's not relevant, and that's part of, you only have to read that much of the problem. Maddie took the test twice and received scores of 76 and 84. But her average for all 3 scores is 82. So how do you calculate an average? Do you recall that?
no.
Okay. So if you want to find an average, you take the number of scores. How many times did you take the test?
3. Oh,
3
divide by
times. And you divide by 3. And that equals 82.
Okay.
So
So
there's
then you
many many ways you can solve this. One is to multiply the right side by 3 and then subtract this out.
Yeah. Okay. $206. 84. And then 246 minus 86.
Okay, so I could hear some calculator punching, which is fine, but I want to show you another way to do averages, just to see if you'll consider using it. It's way faster than using a calculator, which you may or may not have access to. So they tell you what the average is. Your average is 82. How far away from 82 is 76? 6 away, 6 under. How about 84? How far away is it from 82?
From 82?
Yeah, it's 2 over.
Uh-huh.
Do you follow that? 84 is 2. Okay.
Yeah.
The three numbers that make up 82, the sum or difference here, whatever you have for positive or negatives, has to be 0. So if you have -6 plus 2, you need a +4 here.
Right. So you add. Okay.
That's really fast.
Right.
Okay. You will often see they will never ask you to find the average of 3 numbers on this test, but they might ask you to find the missing number. So this is a technique you can use to find that. I know that at some point they're like, hey, we're going to emphasize statistics on here. I looked into it. My opinion is that it doesn't seem like it's very much statistics. It's a few questions on average, median, and maybe standard deviation.
Wait, so they would never ask you to find the average score?
No, that's too basic. That's why the backwards here is if I tell you the average, what was the third score?
Okay.
So let's do this. Let's have you try the same question, but I want you to do it without a calculator for me, and try to use the technique I just showed you here, with using that average as the center.
All right. 73. Do you go from, like, for example, from 73 to 66, or are you going from 66 to 70? Okay.
So to me, I write that as +7.
Gotcha. Okay.
And 65 is -1.
So you need a 8. So then 66 plus 8 is.
So these two add together to give you 6. So you need to be 6 underneath. These three have to add up to 0.
Oh, the 3 of them have to add up to 0?
Yes.
Okay. So you subtract 6 from 66?
Yes.
So 60.
60, yes.
Okay, that's still a little confusing, but
Well, we'll try another one here where I'll just start giving you the numbers to so that you can see because this is really this skill really will save you time if you take the time to master it. So the average here, X bar, is 69, and the first scores are 71 and 63. So 71 is bigger than that, so it's plus 2. 63 is 6 less. So what's the third number? Well, we start down here. It should be plus 4. So what goes here?
73.
Yes. Let's try another one here. So the average for this new set of numbers is 82, and the scores are 79 and 87.
Okay. So it's -3 and +5.
So what number goes down here? This is key.
8.
These have to add up to 0. So like, what do they add up to currently?
2.
So
-2.
minus 2.
Okay.
So what goes here? 82 minus 2.
80.
Very good. Let's try another one here. The average is 76, and the scores are 71 and 79.
Okay, so it's 5, or yeah, -5,
Minus 5.
and then +3.
Plus 3. So what do these add up to currently?
So currently -2.
So
So
this must be,
+2.
okay, so what number goes here?
78.
Good. All right, you got that skill down now. Okay, so then the other type of problem here is it's very different. It's more direct, but it's something that you do as a student quite often. You often want to know, what is your weighted average, because you're not everything is counted the same. So again, there's kind of a lot of extra information in here. Go ahead and read it to yourself and see if you can figure out what it's asking for.
Okay. So you're trying to find how the average of all 3 of her attempts, but her third attempt is weighted more than her 2 others?
Yeah, in fact, it's weighted twice as much.
Okay.
So there's a couple of ways that you can do this. One way is to understand that her first scores are 73 and 81, and the last score is an 80, but it's weighted twice as much as the other two. So instead of treating this as 3 scores, it's really 4 scores. If that's not clear, another way of looking at it is this 80, since it counts twice, it's here. Do either of those kind of resonate with you? Do you have
Yeah.
a preference?
Oh,
Okay.
the first one is like the first
Sorry, so you like the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is great if you have a calculator, which you
Oh.
obviously you have one, but you wouldn't have one for this question. So the
Mhm.
second one here, we're gonna draw on the same skill that we just talked about before. We're gonna arbitrarily choose 80 as being the average, even though that's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. So how far is 73 from 80? It's -7. 81 is
+1.
+1. And then these are 0 and 0. So what does this equal?
Negative, yeah.
-6. If you divide this by 4, you get -1.5. And you can actually add that to this number down here to get the correct answer of 78.5. And you're welcome to check that with your calculator here to see that that in fact does work.
Oh. Okay. So you really don't add up 73 and 81 and 80 and 80.
No.
Can you do it that way though?
Of course, but you're going to get a number in the 300s, and then you have to divide it by 4. And notice how the answers are very compact. You're gonna very quickly see that if you have a calculator, that's great, but you won't. So let's try a few of these, because I think through some trial and error here, you'll see that that this will be a better way to do it. And you're welcome to go back doing it the other way if you'd like. So so the student received scores of 79, 87, and then 73 and 73. So let's just use 73 as a center. You can actually choose whatever center you want, but the first one here is +6. 87 is +14. This is +0, +0. So what do these add up to?
20.
20. Divide that by 4.
5.
5. So notice if these added up to 0, that would be the correct answer. But since it doesn't, you can add 5 here. So it's your average is 78.
Okay. It's not too bad.
Not too bad here. Let's do another one here. I'll give you some more numbers. This time, sorry, let me get to where I'm get some more space here. So let's say that so first she gets 76 and 84, and then 77 on her third and fourth attempt there. Now pick a number here. Let's just pick something in around these numbers.
82.
Okay, 82. So 76 is 6 less. 84 is 2 more. This is 5 less and 5 less. Okay. So what do these add up to?
-4 minus 5 is -9 minus 14.
So if you divide that by, 4, you end up getting -7 over 2, which is -3.5. That means you're too high. It's 82 minus 3.5, which is 78.5 on that. Now let's grab the same set of numbers. Okay, and now that we know the answer here, let's oops, that wasn't what I wanted. Now that we know the answer, and you'll see why you don't pick, put that in a weird spot. You'll see why you don't pick 0.5s, but let's just do that. Let's say it's 78.5. So this one is 2.6. I'm sorry, this is at -2.5 for the first one. This is plus 6.5. And the next one is -1.5, -1.5. So this is why you don't pick the 0.5s, because it's really hard to do this. You'll see that this this does in fact add up to, I'm sorry, this is 5.5. That this does in fact add up to 0, and that's why this is correct. But you don't want to, I mean, the 0.5s can really throw you off here. So let me give you one more, and then we'll move on to another question here. So let's say scores were 76, 68, and got an 82 on the third one. So the average looks like it's going to be around, it's going to be higher than 76-ish, but it's pretty close to 76. 76 is kind of in the middle there. Mm-hmm. So it's up to you, but you should pick a number near one of the ones that you think is the average, or just pick one of the ones that's already there. That way you get 0. What kind of number jumps out to you to try here?
So between any of these numbers, is that what you're saying?
Well, you're trying to guess the correct numbers so that these differences get very small.
Okay, it's maybe like 70, 78. No,
Yep.
that's too high because
Well, it's okay. But you want to do that part quickly. You want to be like, well, 68 is too small, 82 is too big, 76,
74.
74. Okay, so these are gonna bias it up. So it's gonna. I think 77 was a good answer. 78 was a good answer to start with. So that's -2.
Isn't that too far from 68?
Well, it is, but it's you've got to choose something fast, and you'll see it's actually not that far away. It's 82 is +4, 82 is +4. So these add together 4 to give you -4. Divided by 4 is -1, so your answer is 77.
Okay.
All right, let's jump back to an exam here. So we've already done question 7 in the previous times. Let's look at question 8. And this one is not multiple choice. Let me give you this as multiple choice before we move on to other stuff. So let me get to where I can get that for you. Question 15. No, that's the wrong one. That is math skill 20. All right, so this one emphasizes fractions, and I know we've seen that in a lot of other questions. There's lots of fractions in standardized tests, so you just have to adjust to that. So if x and y are related by the equation y equals w over h times x, where w equals 1 and h equals 2, what is the value of 4x over 7y minus 10 over 7? Any idea how you might start here?
Okay. I feel like we've done this type maybe before. Trying
Yeah.
to remember. Well, I guess you could plug in y and h.
Okay, so that's y equals 1/2 x. So we want 4x over 7y. We somehow want to get to that. So for example, like, could you find, and this is one of those things a little bit awkward, if you multiply both of these by 8, you get 8y equals 4x.
Right.
So what you're uncomfortable with, I'm speaking for you, is substituting for something that's different than x. Sometimes you don't substitute in for x, you substitute in for 4x, because 4x is 8y. So this 4x over 7y minus 10 over 7.
Oh, yeah.
This,
you put in 8y over. Yes, I
yes,
remember doing this. Okay.
and this is a skill that it's really awkward, but that's something you're going to do in this exam.
So then
So
the y's cancel.
right, and that's how you get a nice number here.
Okay, I remember this.
Great. So I'm going to give you another one here like this, and then we'll do it without. We'll do one with multiple choice and then without multiple choice, so you can get a feel for this. So
All right. Y equals 8 over 3. And then You can't cancel vertically, right?
I'm not sure what you mean. Like
Oh,
16
no,
or
wait. No. I can simplify this. Hold
okay.
on. Never mind. Well, that's not. You got 6. It's not an answer choice.
All right, so that if in that case you almost want to start over. So you've got n over s, that's 8 over 3x. Let's just cross multiply here so you get, or just clear the 3. So 3y equals 8x.
Yeah, I got that.
You've got negative 16x over 9y plus
Oh.
17 over 3. Looks like you want to multiply it by 2.
I always forget negatives. Like I leave them out.
Yeah. Sometimes they emphasize that in these tests where they give you an answer that's if you've gone down the wrong path. I don't see that as much. So the 16x is really 6y, because 6y equals 16x over 9y plus 17 over 3.
Wait, why did you multiply?
I'm sorry. This is the wrong. Yeah, that one is 61. Go ahead.
Why did you multiply 3y by 2 and 8x by 2?
Because I want to substitute for 16x, and 2 times 8x gets me to 16x. Maybe you wanted to substitute for 9y instead. Multiply that by 3.
Don't you just plug in like 3y over 9y?
3y over 9y. Well, no, you have like this equation I boxed in becomes 3y equals 8x. You can't, unless you solve it for x, which you could, like you could put x equals 3/8 y and substitute in there. This is 16, not 8. To get it to 8, to get to 16x, you have to multiply by 2. Both of these. So 6y is 16x.
So okay, so then you put. That's why you put the 6.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's why 6y is there. It's replacing the 16x.
Okay.
So you've seen this before. It's like 4 fruit jars can be traded for 8 pictures, or 6 pictures can be traded for 16 fruit jars. That's what we're doing here. You're just replacing it.
Right. Okay. So then, all right. Let me just put this down. Okay. So then you just add the y's cancel.
Well, the y's cancel. You have negative 6 over 9, which becomes negative 2/3, plus 17/3, which becomes 15/3, which becomes 5. Definitely need to do another one of these, in my opinion, to get this down here. So let me just snip in another one.
So y equals -1 over 6. And then that's 6. Okay, and then so then to 3x multiplied by 3, which is 18. And then that's 4, that's 9. So, oh wait, the bottoms don't add, so it's 19 over 4.
Yes, the answer is B. Okay. let me switch to the other fork here, and that's a little bit more difficult. It requires you to do the same steps twice. And you'll see what I mean here. I'll work through an example for you and then give you one to do on your own. Okay, so x and y are related by the equation here again. So we've got y equals -7 over 2 times x. And then you cross multiply, or not cross, but you clear the 2. 2y equals -7x. So the first thing I'm looking at on this, what they're asking to find, they have -14x over 5y minus 2y over 3x. So we need to get -14 from -14x from -7x. So that's pretty straightforward. You're gonna multiply both of those by 2. So 2 times 2y equals -7x times 2. 4y equals minus 14x. So instead of -14x, you're going to put 4y in the top. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now this 2y, well, that's already here. So what is 2y? It's really minus 7x.
Oh, so that you don't have to multiply in that case.
In this case, you don't. So now what's really nice, and when you look at the answer, like how do you get a number? Well, the y's cancel. And here, x's cancel, plus 7 over 3. So what do you do here to get the right answer? You have to make a common denominator. 15, so that's 12 plus, and this one's 5, so it's 25 over 15. It's 47 over 15. So you have to substitute in both parts. You may have to do some things to that. This one's got some numbers. Okay, this one's not too bad. All right. So give this one a try. It is a double substitution, but everything's positive, so should be able to give this a good go. So give yourself a minute and see how you do.
32 over 7 is what I got. A.
This is 25. Yes, the answer is A. Good.
Oh, okay, good.
All right. So this this particular skill of conversion, like I mentioned this before, like let's just say I give you a problem: x minus y equals 2, x plus y equals 4 here. If you were to solve this system, you would find that x equals 3 and y equals 1. Okay, but the answer would never be this simple. It would always be something like, given the system, what is 2x minus 3y? So it's never as simple as just like get the answer. You always have to do something with the answer, and you'd have to come to here. Okay, well, that's 6 minus 3 is 3. But the point is they never just give you, here, give me the solution. They're always doing something with it. They call that combining or synthesis or anything like that. So If you haven't done this already, I would definitely encourage you to take one of these exams from start to finish. And
I did do one, but it was a while ago, so I'll do another
okay,
one.
it's always good. It'll help build your confidence up. And one thing I can do for you is obviously you're gonna get more questions than this on your real exam. Is when you need like a 15 question exam or 20 question exam, I can build those for you as well. And you just have to let me know what you need. So
Okay.
all right, well, thanks for scheduling. I'll send the notes out shortly as well as the screen recording. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye now.